So with the Elite 11 wrapping up, there doesn't seem like a more perfect opportunity for us to jump into a conversation that I've been wanting to have for quite some time. A conversation about a prospect in the class of 2024 that may be as close to must land for Alabama as there is. And of course, today we're talking about five-star quarterback, the number 2 quarterback in the nation, Julian Sayin, and why he's so important to the Crimson Tide's class. Before we can jump into all of this, y'all know the drill. I have got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Do you believe Julian Sayin will take home Elite 11 MVP? And let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed the content, be sure to like and comment down below, as those interactions seem small. They are massive to content creators such as myself. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And as I alluded to in the intro, Julian Sayin is not only one of the most gifted quarterbacks in the class of 2024, he's one of the most gifted football players in the class of 2024. If we look at where he comes in at the 24/7 Sports Composite, he is a top 15 player nationally regardless of position, specifically coming in as the number 13 player in the nation, the number 2 quarterback in the nation, and the number 1 player in the state of California, a state that is always littered with high school football talent. On top of that, he stands 6'1", 195 pounds. And if you've been keeping up with the Elite 11, he has been turning heads. We all know that there are multiple publications who go to the Elite 11 and they all give their MVPs of each day. The Elite 11 themselves have said he's been the most impressive passer both the first day and the second day. We need to see what happens today. But Julian Sayin is a prospect that even before the Elite 11 began, many people in the Alabama Crimson Tide sphere were talking about why this kid was so important to the Crimson Tide's class. If you watch the Bama Standard, I'm on a show on that channel, The Final Whistle, and we were talking about some must-land prospects for Alabama recruiting in the class of 2024. I gave everyone 2. The 5-star linebacker located in the state of Alabama, Riddick, who's currently committed to Georgia, and Julian Sayin, even though he's already an Alabama commit. And the reason is simple, and there are multiple reasons. First and foremost, Julian Sayin can help provide stability into this quarterback room. And I think that's massive for Alabama. Look, coming out of the spring, there were a ton of questions as to who the quarterback would be for Alabama going into the 2023 season. And those questions only increased whenever Tyler Buckner came into the fold. Julian Sayin can, in theory, provide stability to that quarterback room. He has otherworldly ability, and I think that stability is a really positive thing. And on top of that, another reason why he's so important, we talk about this all the time. Certain guys in your class will be massive recruiters, whether or not they have to do much. If we look at last year, Richard Young was paramount for Alabama in recruiting other prospects. And we can go back and look at several teams not even named Alabama and see the effects a 5-star quarterback has on those recruiting classes. Now imagine what Alabama can do with a 5-star quarterback, what they have done previously with a 5-star quarterback. They already have a top-tier wide receiver committed in this class. They have Jalen Mbakwe, one of the best athletes in the nation. Personally, I think one of the more underrated prospects in the nation, but having the existence of a Julian Sayin when he's turning heads the way he is right now at Elite 11, it's going to be intriguing for other prospects that the Tide are after. Now the Tide can recruit and pitch to them, hey, Julian Sayin's a member of this class. You see what he did out in the Elite 11. He's going to be someone who provides stability into this room. And I think that will be a compelling pitch to several top-tier playmakers. Look, at the end of the day, I don't think there's any arguing with the fact that Julian Sayin is a tremendously talented prospect. Every time he goes out there to camps, every time he goes out there on a football field, he just reinforces that idea. And he can provide stability to Alabama's quarterback room. And the last point I'd like to end on is Tommy Rees, and why that could also be a factor. Tommy Rees wanted Julian Sayin whenever Tommy Rees was the offensive coordinator at Notre Dame. So he's already been a guy that's been after Sayin. So the continuation of that relationship is something I find to be a compelling factor in Alabama's favor. That's going to be something I'm really intrigued by, how their relationship continues to blossom, and I can't wait to see what this 2024 recruiting class looks like for Alabama. But I don't think there's any questioning the importance of Julian Sayin. Hop down in the comments, let me know what you're thinking. That's it. See ya.